What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
Red Lobster used to be the place to be. The home of endless shrimp and of cheddar bay biscuits. The place you kind of went to be fancy-ish. But in May 2024, Red Lobster declared bankruptcy. It's obviously more than mediocre seafood going out of style. It also has to do with private equity, and there's talk of a shrimp mafia involved. In some ways, it's a perfect example of how to kill a business. I'm Emily Stewart, and I'm a senior correspondent at Business Insider. So the first Red Lobster opened in 1968 in Lakeland, Florida. The goal of Red Lobster was sort of to bring seafood to the masses, especially in places that were landlocked, right? You're not on a coast, you probably don't have fresh seafood.
Smart.
It also wanted to have family prices and, you know, something that regular people could afford.
30 of them, and he's terrific.
30 shrimp for under $10.
Now at Red Lobster, it's our
It grew from 1 to 5 locations within a couple of years. In 1970, it was acquired by General Mills, a food conglomerate, and it grew more from there, across the Southeast at first and then across the U.S. By 1978, it had grown to 236 restaurants and had sales of almost $300 million. It opened up in Canada for the first time in 1983, and then over the years, it just kind of grew. By 1991, it had grown to 568 restaurants and had sales of $1.5 billion.
It was eating.
In 1995, General Mills spun off Red Lobster as part of Darden Restaurants. Red Lobster grew pretty steadily in the early 2000s, but it had some hiccups. In 2003, it launched an endless crab promotion, which is what it sounds like. You could eat all the crab that your heart desired. Turns out a lot of people really wanted to do that, and so the company lost a lot of money, and their president eventually stepped down. They also made other updates to their restaurants, like adding in wood-fired grills or updating their
That
design.
sounds like a gamble. Like he said, okay, y'all taking too much money, I'm going to get out before we lose out on this entire business. And that's what it was. He tapped out because he didn't want to lose the money and the business at the same time. He had to have a win in some of this, you know what I'm saying?
I think that was a bad call, as much as I love it. I think it was a bad call because, of course, people are going to want to go. And then some people are going to abuse it.
Of course.
Stay for a long time.
Table locked. Nobody leaving this table until the store closed.
But things eventually started to go awry. Darden stopped investing as much in Red Lobster, instead opting to put money into Olive Garden, which it also owns, and sales at Red Lobster started to flag. In 2013, Darden came under pressure from activist investors who were unhappy with the company's strategy and direction and wanted some changes. Darden sort of panicked at this and sold off Red Lobster. That wasn't what the activists had wanted, but there really wasn't anything that they could do about it. The deal was done. It got bought by Golden Gate Capital, which is a private equity firm based in San Francisco, for $2.1 billion. So in order to finance the deal and raise cash for the deal, what Golden Gate did was a sale-leaseback transaction. What that means is that they sold off the real estate, they sold off Red Lobster's restaurants, and then they immediately leased them back. So suddenly, all of these Red Lobster stores that didn't have rent to pay before had rent. Now this maybe would have been fine, but as Red Lobster's business started to struggle in the years to come, those rents really became a problem.
Baby,
Get them, see?
one thing
Talk about it.
high school taught me.
What's up?
Okay, in high school, y'all know we always talking about, we didn't learn this in high school, we didn't learn this.
Our famous
I'm
line.
not doing no collateral loan. I own this.
Right.
Nope. And then now I gotta pay rent.
Mm.
And I'm already losing money because too many people want the endless crab and endless shrimp
Yeah.
and the biscuits.
It's
Oh
getting bad.
no.
Yeah. Not happening. Not happening.
A pretty common private equity move. I think it's important to remember these people are there to make money, not often to revive the business. And so they're going to strip assets and monetize assets in any way that they can, including through strategies like this. So in 2016, Golden Gate sold 25% of Red Lobster to Thai Union, which is a Thai seafood conglomerate. And then in 2020, they sold the rest of the company off to the Seafood Alliance, which is a group of investors that Thai Union is also a part of. Obviously in 2020, COVID hits and a lot of restaurants are in a pickle. Red Lobster is not an exception here. There are shutdowns, people stop going to restaurants, traffic falls. So this is a bad time for a lot of restaurants, but a lot of restaurants really did weather the storm. But Red Lobster does have some pretty unique problems for itself. It's hard to run a seafood restaurant in the United States. If it were easy, there would probably be more of them. And, you know, if you think about it, if you're going out to eat in a group and one person doesn't like seafood, you're not going to Red Lobster. Also, nowadays, if you're super in the mood for fish, you can probably get it at a steakhouse. And so, again, you're not going to Red Lobster for that. Red Lobster's longtime CEO retired in 2021, and it really hasn't been able to find its footing in terms of leadership since then. And that's made it really hard to execute a turnaround plan, right? If you don't know who's in charge, you also don't know what direction you're going in. Some experts have said that a lot of the problem here is that Thai Union just had no idea how to run a restaurant business. They came in really wanting to cut costs, to cut staffing, and not necessarily on reviving Red Lobster. They didn't really land on a good plan for what to do to kind of turn it around finally. So in the middle of 2023, what Red Lobster decided to do was to make its Endless Shrimp promotion permanent.
I've had 24 shrimp. I ate 51 shrimp.
I ate 50 shrimp.
Someone had the bright idea, let's do this all the time. And so what that means is that for $20, $25, you walk into Red Lobster, eat as much shrimp as you want. And a lot of people, again, took advantage of this. So what happened is that Red Lobster started to lose a lot of money.
Again.
The gentleman.
All you can eat. All you can eat.
I find it so, I wouldn't say funny, but maybe convenient that every time a bad business move is made, somebody steps down, somebody retires, they selling this off. Like, do they really care about the original vision?
That part. Because if they did, they would hold on to it and they'll ride the wave out. But these desperate calls is hurting the business tremendous. Don't just go out there and say, you know what, all you can eat. Especially if you can't handle it and you had a bad hiccup from the first experience. Don't go out there and put an all you can eat sign for a group of people when you know they about to come in. Look,
listen,
go in the kitchen, go to work.
Tear it up.
And we finna eat every single thing for the amount that we paid for.
Them workers
no more, no less.
Yes, them workers is like, all this shrimp.
How much they paid for this?
Not a good
Just $20.
Child, listen. Tell them go home.
Ain't none of
It's
that.
good for the consumer, though.
But why not just do it for a certain hour of the day?
Right.
That would make more sense.
Not all day.
That way you're not losing a lot of money. People are coming and they coming to eat, but at the same time,
more people will come because you have to come at a certain time.
That part, yep.
Yeah.
I think they'll make their money, actually.
Right. When you're ready, take this plate over.
Please, don't take the steam
That's
tray.
what it was.
Sir.
Red Lobster lost $11 million on the Endless Shrimp promotion in the third quarter of 2023, and it lost even more money in the fourth quarter.
Whoa.
But obviously, Endless
They lost the
Shrimp
game.
isn't the thing that killed Red Lobster. A couple of quarters of a silly promotion isn't going to take an entire business down. So there are a few reasons why. First, it was struggling with high labor costs. You know, labor is expensive right now, and Red Lobster doesn't have some special scheme to escape that. It also had those leases that Golden Gate Capital had saddled it with a decade ago. So suddenly, all of these restaurants cannot pay their rent.
Bad business
they need
move.
out of those leases. Analysts also say that unstable leadership is to blame, because if you don't have stable leadership, it's really hard to execute some sort of consistent turnaround vision. Years of changing tastes, poor brand management, and tough conditions have all contributed to Red Lobster's demise.
Listen, changing the taste, I'm out. Let me tell y'all. When Dion and I lived in the last city that we lived in, there was this restaurant that we went to literally every week. When we got paid, oh, my husband already know. Let me put your order in. We're going to go pick it up.
That part.
Oh, my God, y'all. They changed the recipe of the fried fish. I ain't been back since. Because why would you do that?
And I think what happens is, we heard this before, oftentimes when the business is struggling, they sell the recipe. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what happened, huh? They told you that.
Yeah, they sell the recipe and it don't fit right for the people because we all have a taste, and now you took the taste out of our mouth to give us something that's more bland.
Yeah.
We don't want that. we don't want that.
But that's the truth. That's what happened.
Facts. That's fact.
MG.
It's not a good look.
Messed me up.
It's not a good look.
I was so mad.
And And a lot of restaurants have been able to weather these storms, but Red Lobster hasn't. What sets Red Lobster apart is a decade of private equity and investor interference. Thai Union is a supplier of shrimp for Red Lobster. If I'm Red Lobster, maybe it's not a great idea for me to be buying all of the shrimp, but if I'm Thai Union and I'm selling the shrimp, that's kind of a great deal for me. And so the new CEO is saying that Thai Union had outsized influence at Red Lobster. It's basically saying, looks like something a little funky was going on, that Thai Union was pushing out other suppliers and charging Red Lobster a lot of money for this shrimp that apparently was costing Red Lobster to lose a lot of money. Now, Thai Union says this is meritless, this is not what has happened, but still some people are joking about the Thai shrimp mafia. Basically, the implication there being that something was a little untoward going on and that Thai Union was throwing around a little bit of weight at Red Lobster to line its own pockets. So Red Lobster did declare bankruptcy in May of 2024. And it right now is trying to figure out a path forward, what to do with its debt, who's going to own the company. It's talking to its creditors, who are private equity. Thai Union wants out of its Red Lobster investment, and it says it's going to take a $530 million loss on it. And it's also closing down dozens of stores in the meantime.
According to the restaurant chain's website, more than 80 locations in at least 27 states were listed as temporarily closed.
That's okay. Listen. Y'all know the Demouchets got you. Because our state, we just did a video about our state, you know, the shrimp business going on there. Link up.
That's exactly what it is.
Link up.
Because at the same time, for me, when it comes to seafood, I can't go to just any restaurant. There's nothing to get against Red Lobster. Obviously, it's the experience. You know what I'm saying? It's fancy. You get that luxury kind of vibe to it. But personally... You crazy. Personally, we have our seafood cooked a certain way.
Yes.
And if we can't get that at no restaurant, like, we ain't gonna shop there.
We are the people who's gonna pull up to the restaurant before we even sit down. Where y'all get y'all shrimp from? We want Gulf shrimp.
Do y'all put y'all seasoning in the water or y'all put it on the shell?
Tell them.
What? Yeah, we need all that information.
And our state shrimp industry is struggling a little bit, you know. Come on, Red Lobster, y'all hooked together.
This is the one. When did y'all get y'all? When did y'all pick up y'all crawfish? Y'all, what season y'all picking them up in? Because size matter.
Freshness.
Bro, them little small things be burning me up, man. I be like, what's that?
Listen, what am I do with that? It's tearing apart.
Bro, before I even get to do what I want with it. Okay.
So that means a lot of workers are out of work, suppliers are in trouble, and you know, a lot of these businesses are just gone. So if you love Red Lobster, the good news is it's probably not going away forever. Plenty of companies survive bankruptcy in some way, shape, or form. On a broader level, this is sort of a textbook example of how to kill a business. Investors sucked money out of Red Lobster and made money in the short term without setting it up for long-term success. This is what Wall Street does a lot of the time. It swoops in, takes money out, and walks away.
That part. And that's what it sounds like, man. It sounds like they knew the blueprint and how to make a good penny, and they did it for as long as they could. And just like we heard, they tapped out one by one because it's like, oh yeah, this is not gonna work out because they knew it wasn't. But hey, see what it is.
I forgot how fun these case studies are.
Hey, it's educational too, though.
It is.
You can learn something from these people's failures.
So you don't repeat it.
Don't not
learn a lesson.
Repeat it. That part.
All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.